Hello. What you're about to bear witness to is a reenactment of a conversation I will probably have 30 times over the summer. Our characters include this gnome, made by me, who will be playing Joanne, an old lady. And this cat, also made by me, who will be playing me. Enjoy. What? Ariel, is that you? I haven't seen you in church for forever. You must be back from school. That I am, Joanne. Sorry it's been so long. I've been very busy with summer classes. Well, what kind of classes are you taking that they do so much of your time? Well, wait. What was your major again? Well, I'm going for a bachelor's in writing and applied arts with an emphasis in editing and publishing. Oh, wait, yes, that's right. I remember now. Tell me about those pesky classes of yours. Well, I know you're probably short for time, Joanne, what with bingo being later this afternoon, so is it okay that I just summarize one of them? This also happens to be the one that I spend the most time with. English 424, a book editing practicum. A 400, huh? That sounds like a higher level class. Aren't you just a freshman? No, Joanne, I've been in college for 3 years. You always forget. Anyway, in this class, the skill level that my peers and I are bringing in can be close to none. Its purpose to us as students is to give a good and early opportunity to be involved in publishing a book. Great for resumes. I'm currently just an editor, but you can take the class again as an intern with higher responsibilities. So they just let anyone in? Well, no, not quite anyone. You do have to have a prerequisite of some other classes or permission from Dr. Meacham, our instructor. But as for experience level, the teaching press accounts for our skill levels through a survey we take at the first week. Wait, you said the teaching press. I thought this was a book editing practicum. Ha, well, what great listening ears. It's actually both. The teaching press is both a professional, a classroom, and a publisher. For its students, the teaching press teaches all the nuts and bolts of making books that we are commissioned to help make. For the clients, who are paying for the commission, it's about bringing their manuscript to life and being a part of a collaborative team of students. Clients and authors, huh? So these are real people actually trying to publish a real book through this class? Through the teaching press, yes. It's actually already published 6 different projects since 2019, which is pretty neat, and I get to help with editing their 7th. What's editing? Well, editing can actually cover a bunch of different things. It just depends on your job title. For example, there's developmental editor, who deals with the big picture of an already approved manuscript. There's also line and copy editors, who are more concerned about minute details like grammar and continuity. Some editing jobs cover multiple bases at once, like the managing editor or the editor-in-chief. All right, so you're editing a book, but who's making it? Well, that would also be us. The book that we're being commissioned for is still in process of being put together, so the stage of actually printing and selling it is pretty far in the future. Currently, we're in the developmental stage, which will eventually transition into the design and layout, then to copy editing, fact-checking. From there, the book will move to its marketing phases, final prototyping, and finally, we print it. Wow, that's quite the little professional deal, huh? What a thorough process, but how do your clients feel about their project being in the inexperienced hands of the students, though? Well, we've already met them over Zoom, and for the first time, for this project, though, which is titled The Viking House, we have 2 authors, one being Dr. Christensen and the other Professor Sherman. From what I saw from our meeting, they're both very excited about the process and actually really eager for our input. To be honest, I actually wonder if every client I'll potentially meet in the future will be as, and inspired, impassioned, and really just as understanding as they were. It was crazy. Yes, I imagine they must be very interesting people, especially if they're writing a book about, what did you say, a Viking's house? Well, their book is shaping up to be an autobiographical memoir about the Viking House, which is a historical building gifted to the campus in 2017. The Viking House was donated by Dr. Christensen and his wife, who've been studying Viking-age Scandinavia for half of their lives. Our other author is Professor Sherman, who also became involved when she included a class of her students to help with construction of the house when it was donated. Both of our authors have had such a great and inspiring experience with the project that they decided to collaborate and share their story, and the teaching press is happy to help. So did they both write a separate book, or what? Well, from what I understand, they imagine that the book will be made up of 2 parts. The first being the literal building and construction of the Viking house written by Dr. Christensen, and the second will be written by Professor Sherman, focusing on the usage of their house on campus, what its benefits will be to the students, and its incredible community. Well, that certainly sounds like a challenging job trying to fit all that into one book. Do you know who they're going to sell that to? Well, we did briefly discuss that during our Zoom meeting, and Professor Sherman expressed that as well as selling it to the annual Midwest Viking Festival, there is a uniqueness to this book in the realm of Viking house construction books and its genres. Most are all about the literal mechanics or history of the infrastructure, and while that will be included in this book, it will also have the great addition of discussing all the wonderful offshoots that happened while building it. The community, the festival hosted within the house, the teaching press opportunity that arose shortly after its construction, how the profits from this book will go to the Viking house maintenance. It's just an altogether incredible blend of benefits and hardworking people to make this project come alive. It's something really special to Green Bay, and both of our authors are sure in its singularity that the book will do really well. Waha! It sure sounds like it. Let me know when it's released, Ariel. I'm looking forward to reading such a crazy book. Vikings. Now, of course, thank you for letting me brag about it. I'm very excited to get to work with it all, you know? So full of life you are, so young and energetic. Our conversations fill my soul. Thank you, Ariel. I'll let you go now. Sure, no problem, Joanne. I hope you kill it at bingo. Thanks, yeah. Thank you.